Hey, what's going on guys? I'm Dr. P and welcome back today for another Fortnite video right here on the channel, and thanks so much for stopping back by. Now today guys, I want to give you guys an update on what's going on with the map in regards to the earthquake event. We've also got a ton to go over about the future of Tilted Towers and Season 7 leading up until Season 8, guys. Make sure you drop a like on the video and subscribe to the channel if you are brand new, guys. We're inching closer to 500k subs, and all of your support is, of course, appreciated. Huge shout out to the Fruit Faction and everyone using my Support a Creator code. Remember, now until February 22nd, if you put in a code, you will get free wraps for your vehicles and your weapons in game. Starting with my next video all the way through February 22nd, I am going to be including gifting portions as the intro, meaning I'm going to give out skins to you guys for free, because gifting is back for a limited time. The only thing is though, you've got to be my friend for 2 days before I can send you a gift. So I'm randomly accepting all friend requests, and I will be doing so over the course of the next week as long as gifting is in the game. So shoot me a friend request, Pineapplez YT on Epic Games, if you want a shot to win a gift. Like I said, it's all random. So yesterday was the official start of the earthquake event, like the official, real start. Yeah, the earthquakes have been going on for a while, but yesterday was the first time we saw results from the earthquake. There is a big crack in the ground, otherwise known as a fissure, near Tomato Temple. That is the first one that formed yesterday. However, since I uploaded that video yesterday, there have been several more. In fact, 3 more fissures that have formed around the map. They seem to be forming at regular intervals, and it looks like that's just going to keep continuing until the season is over. Here's a brief overview of where the cracks actually are. You can see they're all around the same area near Tomato Temple. They're all around the same vicinity. Now, if you'll remember, even weeks ago when the earthquakes started happening, maybe a week ago, I don't know, we knew right away that they seemed to be at their peak, at their strength, near Tomato Temple, and that's clearly been reflected on where these fissures are forming on the map. Something is up with this area specifically, and I'm trying to figure out what it is. What's going on here? We know based on the leaked map we got yesterday, something is going to go on in Whaling. That is where the prisoner is going to phase into his final form. That's where the prisoner actually does it. So it's probably safe to assume that whatever he does to power himself up is just so insanely powerful and hot that it just burns down that forest. And Wailing Woods, like I said before in other videos, has been long overdue for an update. It's just gone many months without getting an overhaul. They added some stuff underneath it in Season 6, but I'm still looking for that big change, and it looks like we're finally going to get it. I wonder if the bunker in Wailing has any connection at all, because this is like the first real major stuff that's happened in the storyline that's around this area, and now that we know for sure Whaling is going to be affected based on that leaked map, the bunker might actually come into play. So there's a new skin pack coming to Fortnite very soon. It's actually already in the game in the UK and should be rolling out to other countries very soon. But essentially, it is something called the Fallen Love Ranger. This is the 3rd version of the Love Ranger that we've had in the game. Of course, you've got the normal Love Ranger, the Frozen Love Ranger, and now the Fallen Love Ranger. He looks very cool. Obviously, he's got a bunch of horns, and is it just me, or does he look like he's infused maybe with Kevin the Cube? I don't know, just something to think about, because rumors of Kevin coming back have been swirling around, and it definitely looks like he's got that same colored purple all throughout his body. Buying this bundle will get you the skin and the back bling, but it will also unlock 14 different daily challenges for you. If you complete these challenges, you get a bonus 2,000 V-Bucks. That is enough to buy any legendary skin that may come into the item shop. I believe it will end up being $20 US, which is a lot, but they do make it a better deal by including the challenges to unlock even more free V-Bucks off of this purchase, which is definitely a plus. Let me know what you guys think about this skin, as in just how it looks. I think it's probably the best version of the Love Ranger up to this point. Here is the list of challenges in game. You can see it's not like you just unlock 2,000 V-Bucks at once. It's not like 2,000 or nothing. You actually end up getting the V-Bucks rewarded to you incrementally as you progress through the challenges. So you can get 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, depending on how many of the challenges you have completed. That alone makes it an even better deal to buy, because you don't have to worry about completing all of the challenges to get some kind of return, even if you only do half of them and get 1,000 V-Bucks back. That's enough to buy the Battle Pass if you don't complete your overtime challenges. Speaking of that, Fortnite is doing some really crazy stuff to try and combat Apex Legends, and that's a good thing. I mean, competition is good. It's bringing out the best in Fortnite. I mean, do you really think without Apex Legends being as popular as it is, Fortnite would have given out free battle passes to people for Season 8? Heck no, they wouldn't have done that, and that's exactly what I mean. Competition is good. It makes people do good things to win over their customers. Based on what we've already gotten, you know, with the free battle pass announcement and then the 2,000 V-Bucks back on this purchase, I'm really excited to see what they end up doing over the course of the next month or two. It's gonna be interesting, and I personally love the Earthquake event and the way it's happening. It's exactly what Fortnite needed. It brings back a lot of Kevin the Cube memories, you know, where he would move every 2 hours or so, and everyone was just so busy tracking him. It's the same thing now. The earthquakes happen pretty often, and we're tracking where they go, tracking what they're doing, and everything of the sort. If we've learned anything from these kinds of events where they happen incrementally hours or days apart at a time like this, we know it's leading up to something big. There's going to be one final earthquake, whenever that is just going to absolutely create something destructive across the map, and that will be the transition into Season 8. Speaking of that transition, there are files in the game's coding to suggest what that might be. So I'm talking about the possible destruction of Tilted this season. That might not excite a lot of you because we've talked about it a lot in the past. It started with the meteor in Season 3, and then it was the cube in Season 5, and various other things throughout the game's life cycle. But now is by far the most promising time, and the most confident I've been that something is going to actually happen to Tilted. So let's back up a second to the start of this season. Really early this season, like the first week, it came out that there was something in the files that actually said destroy Tilted Towers. Of course, I made a video on that. We talked about it. Nothing has happened so far. Apparently, it was going to be some kind of robot army that destroyed Tilted. That's something that was actually in the game's coding and still is actually. Now fast forward to yesterday. The 7.4 content update just went live. Data miners got a whole bunch of new stuff to find in the files, and sure enough, there seems to be some kind of in-game event called the Kraken Event, and it lists specifically a city and shows destroying a city. Now, there's only one possible place in the entire game that could be. Tilted Towers is the only true city in the entire game. It's got tall buildings, it's got lots of businesses. There's a reason it is the most highly populated landing spot and traveled to spot in the entire game, because it's the biggest place. It's got the most loot because it is a city. So, with the mentioning of city in that line, one can heavily infer they're talking about Tilted Towers. Now, as if that didn't sell you enough, as if you were still on the fence, here's a new pickaxe that just entered the item shop. Notice anything a little strange about it? Yeah, it says literally tilted and then delete right on top of tilted. So I don't know how much clearer you could get if you're trying to say something. I mean, all this stuff is coming in right as this patch happens, and they're even backing up the information from that patch by throwing this pickaxe into the game just one day after to heavily back up our assumptions. I don't know what's gonna happen, but this is an interesting turn of events. It looks like all of a sudden, Tilted is, again, not only just a rumored place to go, but a likely place to go, or at least get hit and get heavily destroyed in some way. Maybe in Season 8 there could be a rundown version of Tilted Towers after the earthquakes that you could go to. That is, if they decide to keep the current map and not go to a new one. I'm not so sure what's happening in Fortnite so much as make sure you're subscribed, make sure you drop a like on the video, and turn on those notifications so you can always be notified each and every time I upload a new video. Thanks for watching, I'll catch you in the next one, and until then, peace out my friends.